this is something I saw this morning. Google employees announced creation of a union, and this is what I saw this morning. So let's read. This is coming from The Hill. You might know I like unions. Unions are cool. All right. So more than 200 Google employees on Monday announced the creation of a union, a historic first at a major technology company. All right, the Alphabet Workers Union, referring to Google's parent company, is launching with support from the Communications Workers of America. While smaller subsets of Google workers, cafeteria workers in the Bay Area, and contractors in Pittsburgh have unionized before, this marks the first effort to establish a company-wide union. This is historic, the first union at a major tech company by and for all tech workers, Dylan Baker, a Google software engineer, said in a statement. We will elect representatives. We will make decisions democratically. We will pay dues. We will hire skilled organizers to ensure all workers at Google know they can work with us if they actually want to see their company reflect their values. Now, the thing that's so good about this, especially because this is a big tech company, right? The thing that's so good about unions at big tech companies is big tech companies, one of the main problems with them, and this is apparent foremost in their censorship stuff. Like, for example, whenever a left-wing account says anything even remotely controversial, Twitter, Google, Facebook, immediate bans. It's ridiculous, right? And also, they don't let Republican politicians get away with inciting murder. They let them do that. They just say, okay, Trump is exempt from our policies. Twitter says that, right? And this is one of those things that's like a bizarre top-down decision-making process, right? And so I want to just break up all of these big tech companies. Just instead of having Facebook, Google, and Twitter, have like fucking, instead of just those three, have like fucking 70,000 companies represent each little portion of those big sites or whatever. That would be the greatest possible thing. But also unions help establish those kinds of things because it gives workers more leverage in these conversations. So not just with censorship, but even just for mismanagement of, say, personal data, when it comes to the way that they deliver ads, when it comes to the way that they sell people's data, that kind of stuff. Workers having more leverage in those kind of conversations could be a very good benefit. So I'm just throwing that out there, that we could expect those kinds of things. If more and more of these tech companies start to unionize, that's kind of like a workaround on the antitrust kind of thing. Google workers have some history of collective action. In 2018, thousands of the workers signed a petition protesting. Okay, thank you, The Hill, for refreshing without me pressing any buttons. All right, where was I? Okay, protesting Project Maven, a contract to help the Department of Defense track individuals in video footage. Thank you very much, I know. All right, captured by drones. The pressure campaign was ultimately successful as the contract was terminated. Google later that year announced it would end its practice of forced arbitration after 20,000 workers stage a walkout critical of the company's handling of sexual misconduct. Again, tech companies are some of the most powerful companies and corporations on the planet right now. So anything, right, again, unions from within, antitrust, all that kind of stuff, anything that even somewhat limits the power that they've got is a net benefit. That's my end analysis here. In recent months, the company has also come under fire for the dismissal of Timnit Gebru, a top artificial intelligence researcher at Google, and one of the few women of color in the field. Thousands of Google employees signed a petition protesting her departure. The National Labor Relations Board last month faulted Google for allegedly illegally firing 2 workers who were organizing against the company moving to hire a notorious union-busting firm. Ruh-roh, right? The Alphabet Workers Union has several major tasks ahead of it. Gathering support from enough of Alphabet's 120,000 workers will be daunting. Additionally, Google may not recognize the union voluntarily, given its history of tamping down on worker organizing. All right, and then I also am going to read this a little bit at the end here, because why not, right? Whatever. Give you some good news, because the rest of the show is going to be like just shitfest drama, and I'm here for it, but right, let's just give you this. The creation of the Alphabet Workers Union comes amid a surge of organizing at tech companies. Around 40 spin e-scooter workers voted to unionize in 2019. 15 employees at a delivery app, Instacart, did the same last year, and Kickstarter staff became the first white-collar tech workforce to unionize not long after. Workers have also been mobilizing at major companies like Amazon and Facebook to press the tech behemoths to behave more ethically. Contractors and gig workers have been some of the most vocal organizers seeking to improve their often unstable conditions. So, there you go. Again, anything that can stunt Google's power, and then also provide the people that actually prop up Google's power some protections, is going to be a good thing. So we'll see how this goes. And again, I enjoyed seeing that on my newsfeed this morning. So there you go. We'll see how it goes, and good luck to the Googlers as they are.